Hello everyone, I have just watched the third episode of Only Murders in the Building Season 3 and wanted to share my analysis and theories, including the possibility of two murders. So this will not be a recap, but more like my own interpretation of what happened in the episode. Hope you enjoy it. Well, this episode presented us with a few different suspects for the murder of Ben Glenroy. The most obvious one was Kimber. If you have watched enough of this series, you should know that the suspects in the earlier episodes never really are the actual murderers. So revealing a suspect this early in the season doesn't make me think Kimber is the murderer. You may say she didn't have her handkerchief, but maybe she had it and did not want to give it to Charles. Because if you remember, we learned in episode 1 that Kimber and Ben had a messy relationship. Maybe they had a secret relationship and Kimber did not want to let go of the handkerchief to protect her memory of Ben. This is just one of the possibilities. The other suspect in the episode was Talbert, the documentary guy. First of all, his story about watching a baby elephant in the mud made me think he actually witnessed something he wasn't supposed to and did nothing to help. In the story, he mentioned how the baby elephant really struggled in the mud and was sinking more and more. Even though he told Mabel he helped the baby elephant, he later confessed that he did nothing to help. This not only means Talbert is not only unreliable, as he seems to be someone who easily lies about stuff, but also on the day of Ben's murder, he might have seen someone do something to Ben. Whatever the case with Talbert, I feel like this baby elephant story will reappear. As for the video he shot with his camera in Ben's dressing room, it looked like Ben was talking to someone sweet but bad. If you watch my previous video, you'll remember how I pointed out Ben's obsession with the cookies on his table during the table read, so I do actually feel like Ben was talking to cookies in his dressing room. Perhaps someone knew about his obsession with them and put poisonous cookies in his dressing room before the play so that he would eat and get poisoned. But as Mabel and Charles discussed, Ben's blood turned out to be clean, so the poison indeed must have been one of those that disappeared after a few minutes. I would like to say it could be his brother Dickie who knew his obsession with cookies the best, but everyone at the table read kind of saw how Ben felt about cookies, so all of them could be the murderers. I also suspect Loretta and Dickie, but I don't really have any arguments to support this claim. Dickie seemed quite angry at the apartment and apologized to Ben, so he did seem a bit guilty. Also, immediately becoming Loretta's manager was a suspicious act, if you ask me. I feel like there was more going on between Loretta, Dickie, and Ben, but we'll learn more about it in the future episodes. One final theory I'd like to share is the possibility of two different murderers. The person who tried to poison Ben before the play and then the one who threw him into the elevator shaft could be two different people. Ben seemed to have more enemies than anyone counts, so this is a possibility that we should keep in mind. That's all I have to say about episode 3. I'll see you next week after episode 4. See you soon.